So one of the passions that we kind of have in common is basketball. And one of the things that I believe, am I correct to say that you sponsor the Newcastle Eagles or the
Uh,
ladies?
yes, we sponsor the WBBL team. That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And what I was kind of, almost pick your brains on is that for any smaller business, to be honest, any business, you always have ways and means and different things to almost get the word out, raise awareness, that kind of thing. How and when and why did you choose to start to sponsor the team? And almost how else do you kind of promote the business to kind of raise awareness?
I mean, the sponsorship of the team's a bit of a funny one, to be fair, because it's more of a personal thing. Again,
Hmm.
the team actually came out and did some work with my daughter in her primary school, and she
Oh
got
wow.
quite into basketball. She'd had a session. She's like, "I want a basketball," and then she started taking me down the courts near home, and was getting progressively better and better each week until I was, getting hustled by her. But during again going back to COVID, there was posts put out on social media about the women's team
Hmm.
needing support from local businesses, needing support from individuals to sort of continue through sponsorship or whatever. And I was talking to my daughter about it, and she was like, "Oh no, you've got to do it. You've got to help them. Got to be a women's team, this kind of stuff." So that's sort of where we sort of went down the option with that, and we had a conversation with them and ended up coming on board as one of their sponsors.
No, it's very cool. I must say, it's one of the things that it still blows my mind. I know football, Premier League especially, is a different league, but when you have the billboards which go around the pitch, it still blows my mind that actually different people around the world see different things, even though it's the same camera feed.
Mm.
And one of my former guests, Chris, was saying actually the technology to do that was kind of pioneered 15, 20 years ago. But just it's fascinating. But just in terms of a way to both align with a team and kind of what they do, and I'm really kind of into the community ethic and that kind of thing. I'm a big fan of the Eagles and what they kind of do. And I'm not quite there yet for what I do, just because that well, the money goes into other things. But I'm not against it in the future. I was just fascinated to kind of see it. And then how else do you kind of promote the business? Do you have Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook?
We're not quite Snapchat and sort of TikTok savvy, but we do have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we have dabbled in the odd YouTube video, doing sort of cocktail videos or promoting our products through that.
Because one of the things that we spoke about before we kind of started, we're talking about photography. And as someone that is well into my cameras, lighting, my first business was a photography business, I'm really kind of into that. And you were saying how you've just done, was it a social media kind of photography course? Would you be happy to kind of just talk people through what that kind of means to the business and how you use it and that kind of thing? I just think it'd be really interesting that people often worry that you need to invest 20 grand in kit and have certain things done when actually, if you're looking to build trust and stuff with an audience, sometimes pictures on your phone in situ in a bar are better because they're real, if that makes sense. So I just don't know what your take was on that.
No, definitely. And the thing I was doing this morning, it was arranged through a shop in Durham called Discovering Durham, which showcases local brands and products. We're stocked in there, as is a lot of other locally produced things. And they put on a course this morning, just a short introductory thing with a photographer to showcase the best way to take product and
Hmm.
brand photography on your camera phone. Because realistically, small businesses, we've all got phones, we've all got quite good cameras on. And as you say, with a physical product, especially with it being alcohol, we tend to see it more in bars and in restaurants. So
Hmm.
when we're in a new area, it's always great to take a photo with it next to a glass and things. And that really showcases where it is and what the product's about, rather than having a lot of sort of set up pictures and stock photos. It's very nice to actually see the physical product in an actual place where you can buy
Yeah.
it. And it also helps promote the location, it helps promote the brand. And it was just nice to be able to, even just some little sort of tips and tricks, because not everyone's a photographer. We've all
Hmm.
got quite good cameras on our phones, but even just little sort of tweaks here and there can really make a difference to your photos. And I think that's really helpful for like small businesses, especially with one man bands, because if you're selling a physical product, you want it to look as best as possible.
Hmm.
If it's a blurry photo in the dark, it's not gonna get people to become interested in it.
No, cool.